I've been joined here in the studio by Rahul Roy-Chaudhury. He's a senior fellow for South Asia at the International Institute for Strategic Studies here. Rahul Roy, so first of all, opinion polls seem to suggest that the Congress party is not doing very well, but its appeal is often underestimated, isn't it, in these pre-election opinion polls?
Yes, it is. But at the same time, opinion polls also get it wrong quite often. The Congress party is a party that appeals to a wide range of the electorate in India, a huge number of people, 814 million people. But one of the key problems this time is that it has been governing the country for the last 10 years, and there have been several own goals for the Congress, including widespread allegations of corruption, a sense that the leadership has not been decisive enough, that the leadership has been divided in the country between the head of the Congress party and the Prime Minister. So this time I think it may be difficult for the Congress to return to govern India.
How big an issue is corruption for the electorate, and if so, will this new anti-corruption party gain a bit of traction and people say a plague on both your houses, to the BJP and the ruling Congress party?
Corruption has become a major political issue, and we've seen the Aam Aadmi Party that you referred to in the report really, sort of challenging in the Delhi province, challenging the government and actually coming to power for 49 days in Delhi. But at the same time, we shouldn't overestimate its influence throughout the country. Today, what we're seeing, ironically, is very much a presidential style of elections in the world's largest parliamentary democracy. And the reason I say this is that the focus is on the two leading contenders for prime ministership, not necessarily the political parties. And in this political mix, the Aam Aadmi Party is unlikely to have the resonance nationally that it has had locally.
So you've got Rahul Gandhi then on the one hand for the Congress party, young, only 43, and then you've got Narendra Modi for the BJP, different generation, in his 70s. How far could Rahul Gandhi appeal to the youth vote, given that there are so many young voters in the Indian electorate?
Well, I mean, this time there will be 100 million new voters from the last 5 years when the last general elections were held. So there is a tremendous appeal that Rahul Gandhi could hold for the Indian youth. But unfortunately, he hasn't capitalized on it. There was a horrific incident of rape in Delhi over a year ago. And we never saw Rahul Gandhi actually come out on the streets of Delhi to empathize with the hundreds and thousands.
He's low profile, all in all, hasn't he, in the election?
He's had a low profile. I mean, he is 43 years of age. His main rival, Narendra Modi, is 63. So it's really a sort of 20-year. It's a 20-year gap, and Narendra Modi may not necessarily appeal to the youth, but where he does have an advantage is that he's talking about decisive leadership, he's talking about change, he's talking about governance, the three areas where the youth in India are very keen to move forward, to get jobs, to be part of what he is promising of a one India, a strong India. So there is, again, for Narendra Modi, there is an appeal that he is putting out to the youth, even though he is clearly much older than Rahul Gandhi.
Sure. Rahul Roy-Chaudhury, thanks very much indeed.